It's just reality. So that's been my challenge for this week. These panics happen all the time. How can I compensate at lunch today? Already planning those meals.
We don't need to be bitter.
So that was kind of my guess. Next.
Overwhelmed and stressed and upset about it.
Bitter enemies or best.
Good morning, everybody. The start of a new vlog today. I'll explain this vlog a little bit later, but I just wanted to say hello now. It is 7:15 and I have to go and get a blood test this morning before I go to a dermatologist appointment. So I sort of have to go now, otherwise I'm gonna be late for my other appointment. And I'll speak to you soon. Just got back from my blood test and just made some breakfast to have before I have to leave, which we'll see if I can get through this in time. I just made porridge with plain oats and then just have a pear and some cinnamon and some granola there. So you're gonna eat this now. Just currently waiting for my telehealth psychologist appointment. So it's 11:36 right now. My appointment was supposed to be at 11:30, but I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, and then if they don't ring, I will just double check what's going on there. Got this drink here, which looks gross, but it's like kombucha powder with like this like powder I've been having to take. So I'm gonna sip on that and do my appointment. Hello, currently almost 3:30 and I'm just having my snack. So that's been my challenge for this week, is I have to start incorporating snacks, but talking to a dietitian, the 3 snacks a day just isn't reachable for me right now, along with the 3 meals, which are already a challenge. So we're just doing afternoon snack for now. So I've just got 1.5 of these like homemade Anzac Bickies that I made. And then I've just got an English breakfast tea here with almond and oat milk. I'm gonna have this. Then I'm gonna go take the dog for a walk. I'm still really full from lunch, which I had like 3 hours ago, so this is gonna be a bit of a push, but we'll see how we go. Cookies are nice. The cookies are nice. So I'm now on a new therapy. I'm on CBTE, which is definitely going to work a lot better because it's more of a collaborative one. It just makes me feel a little bit more like an adult. I'm working like with my mum with food, so she'll just like check in that I've eaten stuff, and also still cook some meals obviously. But I had a chat to my psychologist this afternoon. I just had an appointment. He really wants me to challenge myself more with high calorie foods, which may seem really obvious, but it's something I'm still struggling with. Like even now when I get served a plate, I still always go for the vegetables or whatever first. I'm trying to fill up on those, but he's really challenged me this week to go for like the meat or the starch or whatever first, and not go full cold turkey, like not eat the vegetables, but just sort of make it more of a fair eating experience. So that even talking to him in the appointment, that made me really nervous, but we'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes. I feel like I had a few other things to talk about, but can't remember. Anyway, I had a blood test this morning, which I actually had to switch arms because I've been getting them every week in my left arm, and the one that I had early this week really hurt. I think it's just because my left arm's so tired. So I got it in my right arm today. In case you're wondering what arm I get my blood test in, mix it up. So yeah, anyway. Still struggling with major IBS though. Like, oh my god, so bad. I haven't yet, so I have gastroparesis, which is basically when your digestive system shuts down from being starved basically and having to use energy to feed other things like your heart and brain. And mine hasn't really started working again. So I'm eating all of this food and it's just sitting. So I get full really quickly, but yeah, it also makes me feel full for a long time. So I had a pretty small lunch today, if I'm 100% honest with you, and I'm still really full from that. So anyway, we'll get through it. So cheers. Snack is done. I feel very full. I don't know why my cheek's so red, but we're done. We're done. It's a little bit later on now. It's about 20 to 5, and I've just had a shower because I'm not feeling crash hot right now. Very gross in the stomach, very bloated, and this is the reality. You can have a really great day and then all of a sudden you just feel gross. And around this time of day is generally when I just start to feel really tired and the really like overpowering thoughts tend to get a little bit worse because I am really tired. So like my willpower to fight them off internally gets worn down. It's gotten cold today though, and obviously one thing with anorexia is you get really cold. So I've been like freezing all day. So I've just had a really warm shower and put on some flannelette pajamas, and I've got some like socks here that I'm going to put on in a second as well. And I make myself a heat weight to put on my stomach, a peppermint tea to help my stomach and also warm me up a little bit. We'll see how that goes. It's just reality. It feels really crappy. My stomach hurts, but
Friends, it's fine to be fine.
he always tastes better in a cute cup, so we've chosen this one.
There's ice, but can burn like hell. Under the table, you're dealing fairy tales. Under the table, keep.
Good morning everybody, welcome to today. And as you saw, I just had my breakfast. So I had something fairly similar this morning but slightly different. I had like a mix of cereal on the bottom and then just like a little bit of yogurt with fruit. Trying to mix it up a bit after talking to my psychologist yesterday. He's really trying to push me to mix up my foods a little bit more. A, because it's good for fighting the comfortability with food and having my safe foods, but also my fruit and yogurt isn't that calorically dense, nor really was my breakfast this morning. But as he said, baby steps. That's the update. One thing I did want to chat about though is I sort of didn't realize how all of this was impacting other things, and I just thought it was something to note. So I had a dermatology appointment yesterday morning and I'm currently on Roaccutane. I have been for a little bit now. Except for this, my skin's been really good and I've only been on the lower dosage, which is 3 times a week. And I wasn't going to tell him about everything that's been going on because I just didn't think it would come up in conversation, and I didn't really think they aligned at all. But he asked me when I last had my bloods done, and obviously I was like, oh well, I actually haven't done weekly now. And the conversation has continued and I did end up telling him. And it turns out that I actually can't increase my Roaccutane dosage while going through all of this, because obviously it can put a lot of strain on the liver, and with my liver returning, not concerning, but just like we need to keep monitoring them results, we have to keep me on the really low dosage. I thought that was important to note because I never would have thought that this anorexia would impact my Roaccutane. It does, so just make sure you're honest with your specialists. I'm gonna get on with my day and I will talk to you later. Papa, it's walking time. Oh, you look so excited.
Are you excited?
Hello. So we just got back from our walk and we got a takeaway coffee while we're out, and my plan was to get a chai latte on almond milk, but this one cafe down the road here does like the actual chai leaves and not the powdered chai. So I wanted to get that one because I knew what was in it, and I don't order chai lattes anywhere else because they scam me a bit with all the syrups and the powders and the sugar. Anyway, I walked in and this cafe had sort of recently changed and they didn't have the normal chai, and I was like, oh, do you have any sort of chai? And he was like, oh, we have this turmeric chai like hot tonic and they're all vegan. And I was like, oh, okay, okay, can I get that on almond milk please? And he's like, oh, it's already pre-mixed. Wait, I got this drink and it only came in the big size, and I have no clue what milk it's on and no clue really what's in it other than the spices because I had them listed. And it tasted, I haven't finished it, tasted really good. I've drunk about a quarter of it. I'm struggling with a bit of guilt about it. Struggling with, on our walk, and as I was sipping it I was thinking, I don't know what's in this, so how can I compensate at lunch today? You know, I was already planning those meals ahead. That's that. I'm struggling with this drink at the moment and feeling a bit crappy about it and don't really want to finish it. My mum's challenged me to finish it. And I feel nervous for the rest of the day now what I'm going to eat and those calories. Just want it to be real. These panics happen all the time, and they can happen things with like a chai latte. Like, it's not just with meals, it's with drinks. You know, liquid calories are scary. My challenge is to finish this. We'll see how I go. I think I'm gonna have to reheat it because I've had it for so long and it's gone cold now. So in some exciting news, this weekend in Queensland we've actually had some of our restrictions reduced. So Mum and I are actually going to head up to a local antique store that we've been wanting to go to for a while, but obviously haven't really been able to.
All your fables, I'd hate to be the one to say I told you so.
Oops. Hello with the light. Back from the antique shop now, and I've just made some vegetable soup, and it's not focusing. And I've just got some Vegemite toast here. So I just put broccoli, beans, corn, peas, spinach and a little bit of avocado with almond milk and some spices and blended that up. And then the white stuff is just some coconut yogurt.
You know what's happening next?
Hey, round 3. Hello, it's me. It's a lot later now, and I'm in bed, as you can tell. And tonight was a little bit rough. After sort of my problem with the drink this morning, which I didn't end up finishing, I just had a really restrictive mentality all day, and I ended up falling asleep after lunch, which pushed my snack back, and then I really didn't want my snack, and then I wanted to have these cookies that I made myself, but then my mum was like, you shove it the packet cookies. And it sounds so silly talking about it, but those things really bother me because obviously I can't control what's in the packet bought cookies. I had one, but then trying to be up 2, and I just got really overwhelmed and stressed and upset about it, and then I still didn't eat them, and it was dinner time, and for dinner we had lamb. I haven't really eaten red meat in a really long time, and I just couldn't get through it, and my mum was really encouraging me to get through it, which I understand why, but it was just really hard and very draining. I didn't feel well, and I felt stressed and overwhelmed. So yeah, it wasn't a good night. I just feel really exhausted, and knowing that I didn't eat enough. But yeah, that's that. We did do some board games afterwards as a family, which was nice, and it was nice to have that distraction, which I won, by the way. I feel a bit better now. I just feel really tired and just sort of thinking a lot about what I've eaten today and what's going to be for breakfast tomorrow morning. But I feel calmer now. I'm to be honest about that. Can I have a really good start to the day, have a bad end, vice versa, meal by meal at this point. So that's my update. Good night. Also, I'm watching Never Have I Ever on Netflix, and it's really good, so recommend watching it if you haven't yet.
But it can burn like hell. Under the table, your deal